Volcano Bay remains Orlando's most hyped water park as it enters a new era, offering a mix of adrenaline-fueled attractions and serene moments tucked between tropical grottos and waterfalls. You can launch from a trapdoor into the base of a volcano or coast beneath flowing constellations. The range covers just about every type of guest. Hi, I'm the Frugal Brit, and in this video I'll provide an updated attraction tour of Volcano Bay. I'll walk you through all slides, rivers, pools, and provide a personal ranking of the best dining locations. Without further ado, let's dive in. Guests enter the park underneath towering bamboo and tropical greenery, arriving at the giant thatched entrance. This is where the Waturi story begins, a mythical tribe who stumbled across the hidden paradise and built their village in the shadow of the mighty volcano. Just beyond the turnstiles, the path curves gently through thick vegetation. Universal's recent decision to scrap the Tapu Tapu makes for a much more efficient entrance into the park, but the landscape remains the same. And up ahead, as the foliage parts, you'll get your first glimpse of Krakatau, the 200-foot volcano at the park's centre. We've now arrived in Wave Village, one of the four lands that make up Volcano Bay, alongside Rainforest Village, River Village, and the volcano itself, which houses the most exciting slides which we'll tour through at the end of the video. We're going to start in Wave Village, where we enter into Waturi Beach, which stretches out beneath Krakatau, the heart of the village. As you descend the main path, the space opens wide, revealing rows of lounges lined up along the sand. The view is dominated, of course, by the volcano and the steady falls that pour from its rock face into the pool below. You'll hear the gong sound when each set of waves starts every 10 minutes, a signal for anyone who wants to get in or escape. Just off to the side of the main wave pool is the Reef, which offers a quieter alternative for those looking to relax away from the crowds. Framed by a private waterfall and clear views of the Kokiri body plunge, a fun spectacle even if you're not riding. Next, we're headed north across the bridge into River Village, a lush green space named after the river that surrounds the island. For our first slide, we'll head to the Ohno Moana family raft slides. The green is Moana, and the blue being the more intense Ohno slide. As with all attractions in Volcano Bay, rafts are automatically sent to the top of the tower. We'll start with Ohno, which begins with a few twists inside an enclosed tube before plunging into the open air and immediately sweeping up a steep blue wall, with riders almost completely sideways, then during the drop, leaking pipes-drenched guests overhead before you're sent up the second gravity-powered wall climb. This is followed by a gentler bank turn, then re-entering a tunnel in preparation for the final stretch, curving smoothly back and forth toward the light at the exit, where riders burst out into the splash pool. The green Moana offers a more family-friendly alternative, beginning with an enclosed turn before opening up to the sky. A few drops and directional shifts follow, but handled with a steady pace, occasional outdoor segments, but the bulk of the ride remains inside the green tube, finishing with a mild drop into the splash pool shared with Ohno. Next, we move deeper into River Village to explore its most playful area, which is Runnamuka Reef, designed with the park's youngest guests in mind, containing a colourful maze of bridges and staircase that weave through oversized coral formations and sea-themed creatures. Tube slides twist from elevated towers into splash zones down below, while fish-shaped sprayers and geysers create a constant mist across the walkways. Kids can man water cannons and buckets onto the unsuspecting guests below, with multiple vantage points for splash attacks. Just next door, Tiki Reef offers a calmer, toddler-friendly splash zone with Tiki-themed sprayers, gentle fountains and mini-slides. Wrapping around the village is the park's scenic lazy river known as the Kopiko Winding River. The experience begins in a shallow entry pool near racks of inflatable tubes. Lifeguards guide guests into the flow, which initially winds beneath dense greenery and the looming Moana slide structure and snaking into the jungle-like setting. Midway, the river branches subtly, offering parallel routes past low bridges and fountains. Sprayers above hidden among foliage occasionally surprise tubers, with a tiki figure shooting water from its mouth. The main highlight is the slow float beneath Krakatau volcano. Guests pass under a rock waterfall and drift into Stargazer's Cavern, a darkened grotto lit by shifting red tones and fibre optic stars across the ceiling, giving an otherworldly feel. Exiting the volcano, riders pass back into daylight through another curtain of water. The view back reveals the full volcano structure. Next, the river gently winds through one last series of turns beneath palms and lanterns before completing the circuit. Now we're crossing over to Rainforest Village, located on the opposite side of the park, where the action ramps up. Our first stop is the Puka Lagoon, a shallow, easygoing pool surrounded by palms and tiki carvings. A calm spot where younger kids can splash freely, with gentle water jets and playful spinning fish features. Steps away we have the Ohno and Ohyah drop slides, which both begin with a climb before crossing a narrow rope bridge suspended above the entrance. At the top, riders wait patiently for the green light before launching from the shallow pool, dropping into an enclosed tube that spirals down, dimly lit with streaks of natural light pushing through the translucent tube. The slide's pace is rapid but smooth, with a directional change midway through. What makes these slides unique is how they finish. Instead of a standard run-out, riders are launched from the edge into the air. Ohyah ends in a 4-foot drop, but Ohno sends guests 6 feet off the ledge into a 10-foot deep plunge pool. The moment of freefall is brief but dramatic, all enhanced by the beautiful landscaping. Our next pair of slides can be found in the far east of the park, Maku and Puihi, another 2 side-by-side raft slides. Maku begins down a large yellow tunnel. The first few curves are covered as the raft glides leftward. Soon the raft emerges into an open air section, a signature feature of Maku. These moments alternate between darkness and bursts of sunlight, eventually opening up into the large open saucer section, where the raft swings around the curved walls with a timed water geyser shooting from the centre. After the saucer, the riders drift down a tunnel before exiting into a 3-foot deep splash pool at the base. Puihi is the slightly more intense of these 2 slides. Riders launch into the fully enclosed tube, beginning the descent with a short tunnel run where the raft punches through the first open air section, then heading back into a second tunnel before the raft shoots into the wide bowl, sliding up one wall then swinging to the other. Following that, you're into the final funnel where the course flattens out, curving round before the park's lush landscaping reappears, framing a stunning view of Krakatau. Our next stop in Rainforest Village is Punga Races, a set of 4 twisting body slides that invite guests to race each other face first. The attraction is perched high on a multi-tiered tower. At the top, riders race down enclosed tubes, with the feeling of speed intensified by the tight fit of the tube and close contact with the rushing water. Further in, each slide breaks into the open, transitioning into shallow, fast-moving flumes that wind through treetops and past the support structures of other slides. Towards the end, the course flattens out, guiding riders into the runoff area, with guests bursting out almost simultaneously into shallow water. Next, we'll make our way over to Taniwha tubes, a group of serpentine slides that form 2 separate attractions, the green Tonga slides and the blue Raki slides. At the top of the tower, riders board single or double yellow rafts and wait for the signal to launch. Riders twist through long, spiralling turns, shifting unpredictably between gentle drops and sharper banks. Midway on the Tonga slides, the slide opens briefly, offering a quick view of the sky. The slides eventually flatten out toward the end, spiralling riders into a bright exit chute and under overhead Tiki sprayers, before making a small splash into the shared pool. Next, we'll head to TeAwa the Fearless River, our final Rainforest Village attraction, offering a fast-paced alternative to a lazy river. After picking up your life vest, you'll head past jagged volcano rock before the current sends you through the churning rapids and chopping waves. Soon you'll glide under the green and blue flumes of Taniwha tubes which twist overhead, with dense planting on both sides of the channel. Further in, you move under a set of netted rope bridges, with cascades tumbling from rock ledges, all contributing to an intimate jungle adventure vibe. From there, you're pulled into the most immersive section, a stone temple tunnel lined with columns and overhangs, dense with visual detail, rough stone work, and flowing water features. From here, the river draws you toward the looming face of the volcano. As the Krakatau coaster rushes past you, the path takes you into the base of the volcano, where daylight narrows and the atmosphere shifts under the coaster's framework. Then comes the big hit. It's here where I recommend slowing down by swimming upstream a bit until you hear the beat of the drum from the wave generator, so you can catch the peak of the waves, the most intense part of the attraction. After that, the current eases as you float through wide channels bordered by thick tropical foliage, with bridges and slides offering visual breaks. Before we dive into the final set of slides that wind through Krakatau itself, we're making a quick pit stop for food, where I'll give you my top 5 dining ranking. If you want to skip to the slides, here's where you'll want to tap to. In 4th place is Bamboo next to the Rainforest Village lockers, a bit quieter and less chaotic than the main dining spots. It has a lighter, more refreshing menu which also sets it apart. The teriyaki rice bowl is a decent choice if you're after a hot meal without the grease. For something cooler, the island chicken salad offers diced chicken in a creamy coconut dressing. In 3rd place is the Feasting Frog, a giant frog-shaped shack hut in Rainforest Village which has some of the best midday bites in the park. The carne asada tacos are the main draw, 2 tacos with a seasoned steak, not huge but full of flavour. The loaded nachos are a solid sharer, topped with chili and cheese. In 2nd place, located to the west of River Village, is Whakawai Eats, leaning into the island comfort food vibe. It's got shade, solid portions and a few surprising hits. The Island Barbecue Chicken Pizza is a sweet and smoky flatbread with mango barbecue sauce. Then the Jerk Chicken Mac and Cheese is rich, spicy, one of the more flavour-packed options in the park. The top spot goes to Kohola Reef, Volcano Bay's main restaurant, punching above the usual water park standards. The mango barbecue pulled pork sandwich has a tropical twist with grilled pineapple and slaw. You've got the juicy and crispy coconut crusted fried chicken, and the longboard pizzas are a decent backup if you're not feeling too adventurous. So that's my top 4. I do have to also give a shout out to Coco Paroka with its Waturi fusion ice cream, probably the most iconic snack in the park, with its rainbow swirl of tropical flavours. Now it's time to head into the park's main centrepiece for the attractions inside Krakatau Volcano. There's a couple different ways in, but we'll enter from the left flank, passing a hut that overlooks the wave pool, where you'll find a sculpted water feature. Following the path around the left of the wave pool, guests pass under dramatic waterfalls. Once through a curtain of mist, you'll step into the caverns, walking along a dim, bamboo railed tunnel with volcanic rock, containing a constellation pattern etched and illuminated into stone. Further in, fountains burst from the floor in playful jets. Then comes the highlight, Vol himself, the illuminated spirit of Krakatau, willing to engage in playful banter with guests. Throughout the caverns are signs for the different attractions that travel through the volcano, which we're about to explore. One of which is Kala and Taniwha, 2 drop capsule slides designed for thrill seekers in mind, provided they're willing to endure the 200 steps in the Florida heat. Once you've reached the top of the volcano, riders step into transparent vertical launch capsules, blue for Kala, green for Taniwha. Arms are crossed before the floors on both sides disappear simultaneously as guests are sent down steep twisting slides, Taniwha being the more intense of the two, both ending abruptly with a burst from the tube into the landing pool. On the other side of the volcano, you'll find the entrance to Kokiri Body Plunge next to the reef pool, a 125-foot near vertical drop straight through the heart of the Krakatau. Similar to the previous 2 slides, it involves a tiresome climb, but at least you're rewarded with some incredible views of the park's landscape, including within the volcano. Once inside the capsule, you'll cross your arms and wait, and without a countdown, the floor vanishes beneath you as you're sent hurling down the nearly vertical tunnel, where visibility drops and water rushes, visible to guests down on the beach nearby through the transparent tubes, which also goes through the 2 wave pools, visible to swimmers just feet away, ending with a dramatic water burst as riders emerge and slow to a stop in the splash pool. Finally, we're headed into the heart of the volcano for the park's flagship attraction, Krakatau Aqua Coaster, Volcano Bay's most popular attraction, drawing the longest wait times. The elevated boarding platform looms above, and the line winds past the fearless river temple as anticipation builds. Riders board 4-person canoes, immediately entering a steep drop. Unlike most water rides, Krakatau doesn't just rely on gravity, as induction motors propel riders uphill, giving it the feel of a roller coaster on water. At the top, riders then fall inside the cavernous volcano through an ambient mist, then another series of uphills and downhills, pulled up again by magnetic force, this time with more shadowy interior. The turns are wrapped in green translucent tunnels, which break up the pattern of rolling hills. After the final drop, you'll climb into an enclosed tube that takes you out of the volcano for one of the most scenic moments, giving riders an elevated view of the park's colourful structures before it twists back toward the platform with a splash. Well, that's everything in my updated attraction tour of Volcano Bay. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the removal of Tapu Tapu. Have to say, I'm a bit on the fence about it at the moment. If you enjoyed the tour, check out the rest of the channel for Universal Orlando content and consider subscribing for more.